Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. Since yesterday's episode, I installed a second line of copper. With that second line of copper that I brought up from the copper mine. Okay, so we're now running, let's see, 68 drills on copper, which is a nice improvement. And copper is actually backed up a little bit now, where it wasn't before. So we're doing good on copper. Iron is still a little bit of an issue. I suppose it's not slowing us down too much, but we could use some more. So what I'd like to do here before we get started in other stuff is extend the other two belts of iron down the bus and move our extraction points to that. For now, I split off this belt of iron onto the two lines because I wanted to get some plates flowing here so that I could reconnect the iron that goes up to make the sulfuric acid. Because I disconnected that a while ago and I realized it was not connected. It wasn't a problem because I'm not using any acid yet, but I wanted to make sure I got that done. So let's start running some belt. All right, so I'm just gonna run all four belts here, and then I'll come back and set up the extractors again. Actually, that one can stay where it is, as can this one. Yeah, I might have to change that. And I ran out of belts. So let's go grab some more. My cold's getting a little bit worse, so you may hear some more coughing and and hacking going on. I apologize for that. All right. Yep, and we missed this one here. There. Okay, so let's start reconnecting these things. Now those on the bottom, I'm just going to leave as they are. It's just the ones on the top that we have to reconnect. All right, so that one goes there. And then we can do something like this. Should I put priority? Yeah, I'm going to start putting priority on all the extractors and see how that works. Right, I don't think I need that balancer yet. That one I will have since we're drawing off of this one after here. So I'm just going to try to do this again and see if I can get away with not rebalancing the belt on the bus after the initial balancer. Okay. Why did I do that? Okay. We can do some military, or we can start researching nuclear power. I think I'll do some of the military stuff first. Okay. Nope. Other side. There we go. All right, now in this case, I'll just put some cascading splitters. And then I'll put a second one here to pull from this belt. And then I think I'll do the same thing over on this side. And that should give me, okay, yeah, see this one's not filling up. So let's try this. Okay. Ooh, tanks. That'll be nice to have. All right, maybe I'm making this too complicated. All right, so I want 2 full belts of iron. All right, so let's combine those 2 into one. And let's combine those into one. I think we still need more help over here. Okay. Now I've got 2 full belts. Okay, and I didn't have to use any rebalancers. And this, oh yeah, I need one here too. Yeah, so let's put that further downstream. All right, so here we want to push all the iron up to the top. Probably need a little help there. Okay, so here we push the iron up to the top again. After this, no, it should really be before that. Maybe I just need to do that before every single one. Like that. Yeah, because in this case we really want the top belt to be full more than anything else. So that seems to work well enough. Okay, awesome. Tanks are done. Let's do some, what's this? Explosive rocketry. What do I need to get artillery? I need high-tech science. Okay, so we can't do that. That gives me rocket launchers, explosive rockets. All right, let's do cannon shell damage, a couple levels worth. That way we can use tanks when we go to blow up biter bases. Okay, well, that's enough screwing around with the bus. What I'd like to do next is start setting up a train station. There was a great comment that I think I may implement, and that was just set these up with a 1-to-1 ratio and put a couple of speed modules in there to make up for the lack of the third machine. That would clean this up quite a bit. I think that's a good suggestion. Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll get started on the trains. All right, let's leave that there. All right, I need to pick up all this. Okay, so these all still have iron. Yeah, I think that was meant to be like that. Right. All right, so if we did this, and then I put in a speed module, that gives me a speed of 20% more. 2 times 20% is not quite enough. Okay, let's see if this is going to work. Well, let's see how we do with one speed module. I think it's going to be a little bit short. Yeah, it's a little bit short. With 2 speed modules each, we're in good shape. All right, so I need to make 4 more of those. Need some red circuits. One, two, three, 4. Okay, great. Let's do more cannon shell damage. Okay, and then we can duplicate this up here. And I'll just do this with this belt. Just wait for that last module. Okay, good. Yes, much better. Thanks a lot for that suggestion. That was Egg Dot, I believe. That was a good one. Okay, so let's gather some train stuff. We're going to need rails, signals, and I should have all that stuff already ready. All right, so I'll grab the stops. I'll grab 1 stack of each type of signal, and then I'll fill up the rest of my inventory with rails. Okay, let's go level 3. Okay, so my thinking is that we put the train station just to the west of the smelting lines. And we'll have stations for all of the ores to come in. We'll need a station for oil. And then we'll also need a station for my personal train. And my personal train is just a train that I use to get around the map and carry building supplies. And then we'll probably want to make sure that we have room for at least 1 or 2 additional train stations, you know, for importing or exporting other ingredients. All right, but for now we're just going to start with iron. And probably a personal train as well. Okay, so I think it would be nice to have iron come in close to here. And since I'm using single-headed trains, I'm going to need to come in and then curve up, or come in from the top and curve down. I think curving up is going to be better because that's the direction that I'm going to be expanding in on this train station. So we'll need to come across into the station, park to unload, and then we'll go up and then exit. That's the basic layout. So I'll leave 4 tiles between the path and the rail that we use to get out. And then we have to decide on which side we want to unload. And I think I prefer to unload on the south side. Why? I'm not really sure. I don't know why, but I do. All right, so let's see. All right, so I need to leave some space here so that we can get stuff unloaded. I'm not sure how much space yet, but this will be the most forward point of the train station. Okay. So we'll rename this. This will be main iron. And we may have to move this. And then usually what I'll do is put a power pole at each position, like so. So let's go ahead and put in our 2 locomotives and then 8 wagons. And we need more track. And I'm going to have to move this power pole. Okay. So we'll put the rest of these in. Whoops. And the lights. And then all the space in between will be used for loading and unloading the trains. Okay, and again, this might not be enough room, but we'll find out soon. All right, we can throw some fuel in there just to make them stop blinking. All right, now we need stack inserters. And I haven't spent any time making stack inserters yet. All right, so for now, I'll use fast inserters to begin with. And then we can replace these later with stack inserters. All right, and then I'm going to make steel chests. We've got 8x6, so for one of these trains, I need 48. 30, 35, 40, 45. 1, 2, 3. And maybe what we can do is, let's just, so that we have enough stuff, let's just make one to begin with, and then we'll copy it Okay. All right. And then there's a couple ways you can do this. You can have these merge onto a belt like that. Or you could use a splitter to merge the belts. So let's what I want to see is on which side of the belt it goes on. All right. Okay, so we would need to have that here since the inserter is going to be dropping onto the left side of the belt. Right, so this would balance it between all the chests. Okay, so that's the basic unloading. And then we would have, well, in this case, we could have up to 8 belts coming out. Since I have 8 cars. So we could either have 8 belts coming out and then balance those. We could do 4 on each side, or we could just, we could merge these two and then merge these two, and so on. I think for the starter base, I kind of like the idea of just merging the 2 sides. So, or merging 2 cars into one, because we're not going to need like incredibly high throughput in the starter base. So we could quite simply do this. Okay, and then 2, 3, and then 4. And we put a balancer here. 1, 2. There. All right, so let's copy this. 1, 2, 3 more times. Okay, and then the nice thing about this is that, I don't think we're going to have them in the main base, but if we were to have any train stations in the main base that were 1-4 trains, we would change this part, but it would take up the same amount of vertical space because we would still be going to 4 belts, and then merging into 2 or 1, depending on the situation. Okay. And then this is going to come up there. Okay. All right, so that's the first station. Let's get more inserters. I'll take the car. Let's take a chance here. And while we're over there, we can get stack inserters set up. Okay, which are right here. So this needs gears and fast inserters. missing here? I think I'm missing iron on this side, aren't I? There we go. And I'm going to put a limit of 4 on those because we'll eventually use a lot of stack inserters. Okay. And I'll grab more of these. All right, so let's go finish that station off. And then we can start planning out the... Oh, I missed this one too. And that one. All right, I didn't do a very good job with this, did I? There. And I didn't even notice that our science stopped. Okay. All right, so the next step will be to run this north. And I'm not really sure how far north I need to take it, to be honest. Although I suppose we could try to lay that out, since we know that we're going to need... I mean, we know more or less how many stations we're going to need based on the previous part of the discussion. So let's leave 1, 2... Well, we'll have to leave at least this much room. All right, so let me just copy this and see where this ends up. Okay. So let's space them out that far. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 track widths. Right, okay. So iron, copper, stone, coal, oil, my own personal train, and then at least 2 more. Let's make it 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, let's add 1 more so we have an even number. 10. Okay, so we've got room for 10 train stations in the main base. All right, and we'll clear out some junk here. Okay, good. Let's do more cannon shell stuff. All right, now my personal, I would like to put close to here. Copper will probably want up here. Yeah, so I think I'll make this one, this will be the personal train station. All right, and then that one I usually call main engineering. And then we'll fill up the wagons with inserters and rail parts and all that kind of stuff. And I want it here just because it's close to this path that goes down the central part of the starter base, so I can get out of the train and I have fairly easy access to the rest of the base. Okay, so in the next episode, now that I know how tall this needs to be, right, we need to go up to here, so then I can plan the last exit point, and then north of that we'll start going east-west. Okay, and then what we can do is bring the rail out west, and then we can go south down to this patch. These are probably too small to bother with. It's less than 1 million. Yeah, not even a third of what I've got left in the main base. So we'll just stick to ones that are more than 2 or 3 million, I would say. So we'll come down and we'll grab this, and then we can establish a train route that goes back and forth, bringing iron ore to the base. Until then, I will see you later. Have a great one. Bye.